Mars, the most talked about planet throughout the century. It even comes to the point where Mars One wants to send humans to Mars in the near future. So today we talk about the 5 undeniable reasons humans need to colonize Mars, even though it's going to cost billions and people think it's a hoax from Mars One. But it will happen. At number 5, ensuring the survival of our species. The only home humans have ever known is Earth, but history shows that surviving as a species on this tiny blue dot in space is tough, by no means guaranteed. The dinosaurs are a classic example. They roamed the planet for 165 million years, but the only trace of them today are fossils. Putting humans on more than one planet would be better to ensure our existence for thousands, if not million years for now. Musk recently told humans need to be a multi-planet species. Musk recently told astronomer and Slate Science blogger Phil Plait. Number 2, discovering life on Mars. In 2015, NASA discovered water on Mars, the most important substance in order for a living organism. The CEO of the Planetary Society said during an episode of Star Talk Radio that the humanity should focus on sending humans instead of robots to Mars, because humans could make discoveries 10 times as fast as the best spacecraft explorers we have today. Though he wasn't hesitant to say humans should live on Mars, and he agreed that there were many more discoveries to be made. One monumental discovery scientists could make is determine whether life currently exists on Mars. If we're going to do that, we most likely have to dig much deeper than NASA's rovers can. Number 3, improving the quality life on Earth. Yes, that's right. Improving the quality of life on Earth. British doctor Alexander Kumar wrote that in a 2012 article for BBC News, where he explored the pros and cons of sending humans to Mars. At the time, Kumar was living in the most Mars-like planet on Earth, Antarctica, to test how he adapted to the extreme conditions both physically and psychologically. To better understand his remark, to look at an example. During his first 3 years in space, NASA prized Hubble Space Telescope snapped blurry pictures because of a flaw in its engineering. It was fixed in 1993, but to try to make use of the blurry images during those initial years, astronomers developed a computer algorithm to better extract information from the images. It turns out that eventually, shared with a medical doctor who applied it to an X-ray image he was taking to detect breast cancer, the algorithm did a better job at detecting early stages of breast cancer than the conventional method, which at the time was the naked eye. It's impossible to predict how cutting-edge technology used to develop manned missions to Mars and habitats on Mars will benefit other fields like medicine or agriculture, but we'll figure that out only by pushing mankind to the limits and boldly going where no human has ever been before. Number 4, growing as species. Another reason going to Mars, according to Tyson, is to inspire the next generation of space explorers. When asked in 2013 whether we should go to Mars, he answered yes, if it galvanizes an entire generation of students in the educational pipeline to want to become scientists, engineers, technologists, and mathematicians, he said. The next generation of astronauts to land on Mars are in middle school now. Humanity aspirations to explore space are what drives us toward more advanced technological inventions that will undoubtedly benefit mankind in one way or another. Number 5. Demonstrating political and economic leadership. This one sounds a bit weird. Aldrin told the US Senate Subcommittee on Space Science and Competitiveness that getting to Mars was a necessity, not only for science but also for policy. In my opinion, he said, there is no more convincing way to demonstrate American leadership for the remainder of the century than to commit to a Mars permanent presence on Mars, he said. If Americans do not go to Mars, someone else will, and that spells political and economic benefit for whoever succeeds. If you lose your space edge, Tyson said during an interview with Zachariah, my deep concern is that you'll lose everything else about society that enables you to compete economically. Well, that's exactly what Mars One is doing, and the country of origin is not even in the United States, but instead in the Netherlands. It's a non-profit organization based in the Netherlands that has proposed to land the first humans on Mars and establish a permanent human colony there by 2027 or 2027. The private spaceflight project is led by Dutch entrepreneur Bas Lonsdorp, who announced that the Mars project in May 2012. The project's schedule, technical and financial feasibility, as well as ethics, have been criticized by science, engineers, and those in the aerospace industry. Mars One's original concept included launching a robotic lander and orbiter as early as 2016, to be followed by a human crew of 4 in 2022, and so on. Guys, if you enjoyed this, like, share, and subscribe. Have a good day.